Hello, wonderful students.
Today's crash course is on
Puritan origins.
They started here and then they went there.
England to Americas. Let's get started.
Once upon a time, there was a group of people that lived in a land far away, far away, called Great Britain. They decided to leave the country due to religious disagreements.
You can change your religion or you can leave.
Okay, bye.
They refused to submit to the Anglican Church and went across the ocean to the Massachusetts Bay. Those group of people were called the Puritans.
Mr. Green, weren't they just called pilgrims?
No, they were Puritans. Puritans are people who wanted to purify the English church. So they went to America and they started their own government because they wanted not to be a part of the... Okay.
No, they were Puritans. Actually, Puritans were part of the English Reformation, which occurred after King Henry VIII broke off from Roman Catholicism. Speaking of King Henry VIII, he had a bucket load of wives.
I'm wifey number 1 and I died in prison.
I'm wifey number 2 and I was beheaded.
I'm wifey number 3 and I died 12 days after childbirth.
I'm wifey number 4 and I divorced that man.
I'm wifey number 5 and I was beheaded.
I'm wifey number 6 and I was widowed and married John later.
I'm Queen Elizabeth I, King Henry VIII's favorite wife, and I formed the Anglican Church.
Okay, the C of E, or the Church of England.
We're the Puritans, and part of the reason we migrated to America is because there was way too much Roman Catholicism in that church for us to be able to handle.
Pause. Roman Catholicism means that the people in that religion look to the Pope for authority. The Puritans were Protestant. Protestant means that they look to the Bible for self-interpretation for their religion. Mr. Green, aren't you going to tell us about some other Puritans?
Oh, yucca me! You're so eager! But yes, here we go! One influential Puritan was named Anne Dudley Bradstreet. Let's meet her.
I moved to England and I was the first English-speaking poet. I talked about Puritan life and values. And my house burnt down, so then I wrote a poem about it because I was sad. This is part of one of the many poems that I wrote. My pleasant things in ashes lie, and then behold, no more shall I. Under thy roof no guests shall sit, nor at thy table eat a bit.
Another famous Puritan was known as John Winthrop, who once so elegantly said,
We must be knit together in this work. We must uphold each other in all meekness, gentleness, patience, and generosity. We must delight in each other, make each other's conditions our own, rejoice together, mourn together, labor and suffer together. So shall we keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. 10 of us will be able to resist 1,000 of our enemies, for we must consider that in New England shall be a city upon a hill, the eyes of all people are on us.
John Winthrop was the first governor of the city upon the hill.
As a city upon the hill, we wanted to shine a light back to New England to show them how it's done.
That is one bright light. Is that how we're supposed to be doing it?
Yep.
I don't believe in equality or democracy, but I believe that all social aspects were God ordained.
John Winthrop obtained a royal charter for a joint stock enterprise.
Charter means that they had the authority and permission to start their new government in a new land.
The Puritan government was based on their want to be efficient. Their government could be described as a theocracy.
Theocracy means that the government is controlled by religion and the leaders are God's elect. Due to the Puritans' mass economic growth, there was a war called the Pequot War between the Indian tribes and the Puritan people. They fought for control over the trade there.
Later, the Puritans were involved in such things as the Salem witch trials, which occurred in Salem, Massachusetts. Many people were accused of being witches, and some of them were hung for their crimes. Keep it PG.
While some witches were hanged, others were tested in lakes. If he or she was considered guilty, then they would float and later be burned at the stake. If he or she was not guilty, they would sink and be deemed innocent but die in the process.
Guys, I promise she's innocent. Come on!
I don't believe you. Thanks for watching this week's Crash Course video.
Woo! Yay!
Remember, boys and girls, if it ain't boring, it ain't history.